So, what do you think? What role do the historical events and narratives from the independence era play in shaping the patriotism and the love for the country in the current generation? How has the influence from the prior India, prior people of the India has changed how we perceive independence, how we follow the patriotism in the current generation? What do you think?
So, I think most of us are aware of the sacrifices and the struggles that have been taken up by the freedom fighters in terms of getting us to this stage where the British had to leave, etc. But I think the popular culture can play a big role because instead of putting them on a pedestal and making them feel like great people, we must realize that they were ordinary people like you and me, going about their ordinary lives when that spark ignited in them. And no movie captures it better than Rang De Basanti. And in Rang De Basanti, it transposes the current youth who are looking for meaning and purpose and going about their lives in a very limited manner, and how while enacting the saga of Chandrasekhar Azad, of Shahid Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, and Rajguru, how they suddenly realized that people can actually willingly take on suffering, hardship, and make themselves better. It's a part, this burning yourself is a part of spreading light, and how that transforms their lives, and they take responsibility for what the current events. Of course, it ends in tragedy, but very often things do, but they make a difference to the world around them. And I think it really ignited the imagination of the young people, and that I think we should use these kind of metaphors more in popular culture to get into the minds and to spur the younger generation into nation building.
Okay, because you mentioned the RDB, it's a beautiful movie, and as you mentioned that it's beautifully represent how we, completely indulge ourselves into that patriotism, into that roles. If we would be that person, how are we going to replay it, right? And if there would be RDB too, from what storyline do you think that should be there? And now it's again, that was 2000s era. Now it's 2020s. We are moving ahead. So what is the future's RDB two looks like?
So that's very interesting. There is a whole range of characters and of events that played out during that time, including the Chittagong Armory raid, or the bombing of the Parliament by Aurobindo Ghosh, and those are transformational stories of young people knowing that they may not win and still fighting. So RDB 2 is a fantastic idea, but I also think that some creative minds can get together and create short form content in terms of making those characters relatable to who we are today.
Makes sense.